Figure above shows the graph of f. If f of x equals the integral of g of t from 2 to x, which of the following could be the graph of y equals g of x? So we're told that f of x equals the integral from 2 to x of g of t with respect to d of t, or with respect to t, and then this is the graph of f. We need to find what g of x is. So this is not g of x in here, this is g of t. But what we can do to find g of x is take the derivative with respect to x on both sides of this equation. So we'll take the derivative of the left-hand side, and we'll take the derivative of the right-hand side with respect to x. So on the left-hand side, the derivative of f of x is just f prime of x, the first derivative of f. And here on the right-hand side, we're taking the derivative of the integral of g of t. So the fundamental theorem of calculus states that when we take the derivative of an integral, it's just equal to whatever's inside the integral, but with the top boundary plugged into it. So in this case, it'll be g of t, but x will be plugged in for t, since x is our boundary, our top boundary, upper limit. So this here is our right-hand side, and we see that this is g of x. So what this means is that g of x is equal to the first derivative of f of x, or g of x is equal to the slope of f of x, because the graph of f of x is given here, and we see that it's this straight line. And a straight line, a linear equation, has a constant slope. And when we take the derivative of a linear equation, it's just equal to that slope. So that means that that g of x is equal to the slope of f of x. And we see here that the slope of f of x is a positive constant. It's a positive constant, the slope of f of x. So that means g of x is just an equation that equals a positive constant. So immediately we can rule out C, D, and E, because C is a linear equation, not a graph that is a positive constant. We need a graph that looks something like g of x equals 4 or something, a positive constant. This would just be a horizontal line. So C is a linear equation, so that's wrong. D is a parabola, and E is also a parabola, or maybe not a parabola exactly, but a curve and not a horizontal line. And A and B are horizontal lines, but the difference is B has an equation where it's equal to a negative constant. We see here that the equation of this line is y equals some negative number, some negative y value. So B cannot be correct because the slope of our f of x, which is equal to g of x, slope is equal to g of x, is a positive constant. The slope of this is positive. So A has to be the correct answer, because we see that this horizontal line crosses through the y-axis at some positive number. So A is the correct answer.